Hello everyone. I'm sorry. I'm out here walking again today. I had to come and do a part two for the men because I don't think I did it justice or finish up what I wanted to say for the men when it comes to godly marriages and kingdom and waiting on God. I was in the live today and we was talking, and there's so many things that excuse the airplanes. I'm outside walking. There's so many things that came up that God is telling me to talk more of. And yes, Lord, when it comes to men and different other aspects of waiting on God and being that man of God and finding the same men that are in the same walk as you is not easy, but God is gonna send those men to keep you covered and keep you uplifted and encourage you. But it also talked about being vulnerable for men. And I know it's not easy like it is for women, but I think men is more harder when it comes to being vulnerable because that plays in with mental illness. With everything that's going on in the world, everything that I'm seeing with, with the divorces and people getting, unalived with their spouses and everything. And I'm like, Lord, what is going on? And I don't think a lot of people talk about the mental illness of it and the vulnerability, because when a man opens up, he is saying that once I open up again, I should be able to trust you this time. I should be able to talk to you. I should be able to say things to you that I did never say to my own mama or my families without you throwing it back in my face. And as for women, because I can speak on those. Sometimes we take that for granted. Sometimes we say, okay, you could trust me. And then eventually we do throw it back in your face. Why? Because we never healed. We never did the work to understand when you tell us something that you meant for us to help you with or in secrecy so you don't throw it back in your face. That's a problem. That's a major problem. And that's why the enemy comes like a flood and attack our men and with their mindset, because he knows if I put you with that real woman of God that's for you, they're going to keep you covered. They're going to make sure that the enemy don't mess with your mind. They're going to make sure that the enemy don't try to come like a flood and snatch you up and make you think that something's wrong with you, or um, your wife is cheating, or things in your house is going haywire, or things like that. The devil is a lie. So that's why God is so adamant. That's why he wants you to wait for you to allow him to send that spouse for you, because the Bible clearly says he that findeth the wife find a good thing that and favors God. Because once you wait on God, oh, excuse me, that woman of God, oh, excuse me, that God sent you, oh, she's gonna keep you covered. She's going to make sure her relationship with God is so on point that she can hear when God said pray. When God tell her anoint your husband, when God tell her there's some things your husband don't need to do, there's some things your husband don't need to be around, there's some people that's in his ear that don't need to be in his ear, there's some things he needs to do that's on that job that he needs to even really get off that job. See, she hears these things when she has that relationship with God for herself first and foremost. So when you have a relationship with God, hello everyone, welcome in. Good afternoon. When you have that relationship with God, you'll know that this woman that you found was from God. Because she's going to make sure that the enemy won't attack your mind. She's going to make sure that the enemy won't try to discourage you. Because why? He knows you already in these streets. You have it hard as a man. He knows that the world is already see you as somebody who's not going to make it or not worth anything. That's why he wants you to wait and find your wife that he's preparing for you. But see, we don't realize when we wait for our spouses, there's a reason why God said wait. There's a reason why he does the way he does. He has it in the Bible as a playbook for us to go by. This is serious stuff when we asking God for a spouse. When we don't wait on God to send that spouse, it's so much stuff we're going to go through. So much hell. The enemy is going to come even harder. But if we don't wait on God, we won't know how to fight that enemy. Or even if we're supposed to fight, we won't know how to pray correctly. We don't know what to pray about. So that's why he stresses it so hard when he said, he that findeth, and he that treats the wife like, like the church. And I'm just quote different scriptures. And the wife be submissive. There's a reason why God said be submissive. He didn't say be a slave. He didn't say get beat on. No. But be submissive. Why? Because in that season, your husband might need you to do something according to God. I'm sorry, that's the emblems. I'm sorry. There's something God might want your husband to do in that season, and he needs you to be in the same mindset as him. It's not God is beating you up and telling you that you're not supposed to be married, or this man is supposed to be your slave master. No, God is telling you, when I put you two together, there's a reason you got to be on the same page, because the enemy is going to fight you hard. He's going to try to destroy your marriage. But when you're on the same page, according to God, he's going to help you understand, this is how we need to pray, honey. This is how we need to shut things down. This is how we don't need people in our ear. This is how we need to cover our home together. He said equally yoked. Equally yoked. You have to be equally yoked, because why? I can't send my son or my daughter and y'all not on the same page. No, you're not going to be fully healed when you get together. You're going to work on your flaws together. That's why he sent you two together. He knows what you need to work on, and he knows your spouse is going to help you. I know for me, and I can only be honest, he told me mine is going to help me out of my comfort zone. I don't like to talk, and I really don't. But he knows the ministry that we're going to have, I got to talk. And my husband going to be in there to encourage me. So you got to understand, when it comes to the men part of it, and of course I'm not a man, but when God is telling me something to say, or I've heard from men and brothers-in-laws and brothers and cousins, I understand the struggle, because they say, I can't find a good woman. I can't find a woman that's really going to keep me covered. I can't find a one that's truthful, that's honest. I can't find a woman that's going to keep my back. I can't find a woman because all they want is money, 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 or the house or the car. But when you say you can't find a woman, it shouldn't be you. It should be the God in you. You should be finding a husband with God. He will help and guide you. He will lead you. He will tell you, fast, pray. He will tell you what to pray for your spouse. He will even tell you how to cover your future spouse now, if that's what you desire. But we don't ask God. We don't stay in God's face. We don't get in his face and ask him, Lord, what is it that I need to do to prepare for my wife? What do I need to pray for my wife? Do I have a real relationship with God that he wakes me up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to say, hey, pray. Oh, I need you to read the scripture. There's some things I need you to shut down in the middle of the night, or 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But you won't know, because you're not having that relationship with God. You're so worried about what your homeboys might say. You're so worried about, I'm the only single man out here that's celibate, or abstaining from having sex and stuff. But God will send you those men. He will send you those men that will keep you covered, that will encourage you. Man, you got this. God is going to send your wife. But don't be so focused on the woman. Be more focused on God. When you be more focused on God, he's going to send your spouse. But you got to stay in God's face. You got to stay focused on God. You got to realize what God is telling you is for you. So this was part 2 for my men. If you want to hear part 1, you can go back. But tomorrow I'm going to talk to my sisters, because there's some things we really have to work on to help our future spouses. There's some things that we need to let go in order to help our future spouse. There's some things we got to stop saying and put in the atmosphere when it comes to our future spouses. There's some things that the men have to stop putting in the atmosphere as well. Are you marrying for the looks, or are you marrying because of God? Are you ready to build, or are you ready to stay broken? And that's for anyone, man or woman. So I just wanted to came on real quick and talk about the second part of the men. Like I said, you can go back to the last video I made for the first part of the men. So tomorrow I'll be coming to my sisters and talking to them because I really want everyone to understand what God is doing in this season, especially those who've been waiting for marriage for a long time and asking God, what should I do or what I need to do. If you don't get in God's face, you will never know, man or woman. He wants you to understand that this is the season to talk to him. This is the season to understand that you need to be in his face now more than ever when it comes to being ready for marriage because the enemy hears you just as well as God. He said, write the vision. He didn't never say write a list. Write the vision and make it plain, not a list. There's no list in no Bible. He said the vision. What vision do you have for you and your spouse? What vision do you want God to have first and foremost in your marriage? What is the vision God has for your ministry? Are you asking God or are you afraid to? That's the question. So I pray you guys have a blessed and beautiful day. It is, I'm outside, but I do have a journal. It's on Amazon, Off My Kingdom Marriage. It's a journal that God told me to put out there to help my sisters and brothers when they single season, that is desiring marriage. It's hard, tough questions that need to be asked and answered for yourself on your behalf. And also dating versus courting. What's the difference? Do you even know a difference? That's another question. And we'll have a topic or conversation about that as well. I think because I'm at the airport, I'm going to have to do this at home if the signal keeps going out. But I hope and pray that you guys got, the enemy man, he doesn't want me to get out everything that God says. But that's okay. Because whatever needs to be put out, it will be put out. So you guys have a blessed and beautiful day. Like I said, you can go back to part 1 and listen for the men. This was part 2. And I pray that my brothers really listen to God in this season. Really stay in God's face and don't let the enemy get in your ear gate. Allow God to send your spouse. Allow God to show you who your spouse is. Natural hair without weave. No butt, big butt, and a smile. Skinny, a little heavy. Are we choosing with our natural eyes? Or are we choosing with spiritual eyes? Let's be honest. Are you looking at the appearance first and foremost? Or are you looking at their heart posture? Or are you looking at what God put in them for you? You don't want to miss out. You do not want to miss out on whoever God has for you just because of the looks. And I know you said, well, you're a woman. You can say that because I know that's for you. For a man, no, not really. I dated them all. Short, fat, black, short, white, whatever. But it wasn't for me. So whoever God has for me is for me. I'm going to love that man like he going to love on me, flaws and all. So don't miss out on this season. Allow God to choose who's for you. Because why? Your ministry depends on it. The people he put in your path depends on it. If you have children or not depends on it. But the part is, and the question is always going to be, are you going to allow God to say the last say so in your life? Are you going to allow him to choose for you? You guys have a blessed and beautiful day. And I'll try to talk part 2, or I'll probably do a 3 about the men tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Whatever God say. But you guys have a blessed day.